My dad is threatening to kick me out if I keep the stray dog that I brought home. I've fallen in love with a dog and I don't know what to do. I have been a dog lover my entire life, but my single-parent dad is not. I remember being 12 years old asking desperately for a puppy, but my dad kept saying no, insisting that dogs are smelly and disgusting creatures who provide nothing and in turn demand constant care and attention. Whenever we would be outside, if a dog came over to me, my dad would order me not to pet it, and on one occasion even kicked a dog who was trying to sniff its leg. I still remember the dog yelping in pain. Well, I'm 18 now, and a couple of days ago, I stumbled upon a dog at the park while I was out walking. The dog was super skinny and he looked to be going through a trash can, presumably looking for some food. There happened to be a store a 2-minute walk away, and so I bought the dog some food. Nothing major, just some cooked chicken breast slices and water to drink. I fed the dog and I'll never forget how he ate the chicken and wagged his tail at me. He went to lick me after to show his appreciation and I let him. I started to walk off after he had eaten, but then I noticed him following me. I had no idea what to do and so I just kept walking. I bought him some more food from the store and I managed to find a ball in the park, where I was able to teach him to play catch. Watching him run to the ball excitedly and bringing it back to me warmed my heart a lot. It was clear this dog did not have a home, so I took it to the vet that same day to get him checked. The vets confirmed he was not chipped or anything. They also told me that, thankfully, he was not ill nor was he suffering from anything. I brought him home that night without my dad noticing and he slept in my room. The next morning I let him out and took him to the park. We played catch again, but by the time it was noon I had to go to work. I once again took him to the room and luckily my dad was at work. I tried my best to communicate with him that I'll be back, but I don't know if I had any luck. Before I even came home I got an angry phone call off my dad. I knew what this was about already. Wasting no time, he asked me what the F this mutt was doing in our house. I tried to explain that this is a puppy I found in a park the other day who looked days away from starving to death, so I gave him some food. Next thing I knew, the little guy was attached to me and I was attached to him. This answer seemed not to amuse my dad and he told me he wanted to talk when I got home. So, I came home and he was there, waiting for me. I asked him where the puppy was and he said he had left him upstairs, which I was thankful about. We got to talking and there was no amount of explaining I could do which made my dad see my point. I explained over and over that I really wanted to keep him, that I would take amazing care of him myself, he would never leave the room and that my dad wouldn't have to worry about the dog, but the answer was still nope. My dad did not care if I was the one to take care of it. He said he simply despises dogs and that I should be thankful he hasn't set the little F on fire by now. I sat there speechless as he said that. He then gave me an ultimatum. He told me I can either take the little smelly beastard and leave or I can send him back into the streets and stay in the house. I tried to ask my dad if there was any other way, but he said no. He said under no circumstance will he allow me to keep the dog. My dad gave me 3 days to make my decision. I remember spending that night awake with my puppy asleep next to me in bed, neither of us knowing if we'll ever see each other again after these few days. I truly don't know what to do.